All you have to do is put one foot in front of the other and refuse to turn back until you've given everything that you can. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a pilot, I am a trekker climber, I'm a dad, I'm a grandfather. This is Glenys, my late wife, with my granddaughter. When we first met, actually, I was getting on a bit then. I was at least 17, and she was a little bit older. She was in a crowd. She came up to me and she went, "Excuse me." I said, "Yeah, hi, hello." She said, "How old are you?" And I said, in my best Elvis voice, "I'm 17." And she went, "Oh God, far too young." Walked away, and I was in love. That was it. And that love still lasts today, really. But the hit on that was we did a lot of fun stuff. And one Sunday we were just working out like you do. What are we going to do? What's in the fridge? What's throwing away? What are the kids doing? And on Monday she was unconscious. And that hits. That sort of takes everything away from underneath you. So you think, what the hell can I do? And that is where I started. And it's a matter of, I'm going to do something. If not now, when? I actually went to see if I could climb a mountain. That's me on top of a mountain, but I don't want you to look at me. I want you to look at what I'm looking at. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And we were just saying earlier, one of the most amazing things about it is you feel totally insignificant. This is Ben Nevis. That's how the day started. That's how the day continued. And literally as we went on top, what you see, there isn't fog. What you see is an ice storm coming towards you at 70 kilometers an hour. And what do? Apart from cry? You hunker down and wait until it goes. It's about seeing what's going on. Lovely photograph, and you look right in the middle. Didn't know what was going on. The crew actually stayed on the top of that ridge, and I went through to see what was happening with the wind, because you see the absolute difference, and it's a split of weather that's blasting icy winds up at, again, maybe 30 or 40 knots and nothing. And the point is, the wind drops, you actually fall. And this little baby came up one morning, and this is Kilimanjaro, which is, I have to say, a most amazing structure. This is about 8, 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve. And then it happened. We knew there was going to be a storm, an ice storm, and you've got these golf balls coming at you. And then it turned into a thunderstorm. And the worst that we had was death on the mountain that night, where one of the Irish leaders of a group that were just in front of us actually got killed, hit by lightning. Which was awful. And 2 young Tanzanian guys got lost in the storm, and a few hours later they were discovered and they died of hypothermia because the temperature had just dropped, which is horrid. But we had to go on, and we soldiered on, and the complete opposite happened when we actually got to the top. We were talking about, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We were greeted by the sun rising, and I have to say that is so emotional. And I think most of us cried. And for me, the best moment was as I walked down through those jeeps. This is way down at the back at the bottom. A guy came out, a young Tanzanian boy, with an ice bucket, and he said, "Bono, you want a beer?" I went, "Yep." So it's got its rewards. Absolutely. Where are we going from here? Pretty cats. On the verge of being extinct. Another time where we said we can come, and I spent a month out in the Namibian desert. Very passionate woman, American woman, went out there to see what she could do because of cheetahs. Her husband also has an understanding of bush and what, where, how, and how they actually deal with that. The first thing they wanted to do was teach the farmers not to shoot the cheetahs. Because their livestock, goats, were being attacked, didn't mean it was necessarily cheetahs, but cheetahs are the easiest things because they run fastest, but they get tired, so they sleep a lot. So they're found in hot weather under the bushes. So they're easy to actually track down and kill. And now you know how horrible it is about the elephants, then there are several million elephants. There are only 9,000 cheetahs in the world. And this is one of the most magnificent things by accident that happened to me. We were coming back from looking after a cheetah that was on a release, and then I was on the back of an open back truck, and the vehicle smells of blood because we'd been feeding. From absolute hot to absolute cold. This is, I think it's my final story on here, but that's me, 3 o'clock in the morning on bear patrol. This year I've been out in the Arctic just teaching people how to survive. One of the most interesting things about teaching people to survive is actually counterintuitive, because what we do for health and safety, we put a tent up, but emotionally we take the tent away and we get people to survive. And one of the easiest ways to survive is to dig into the ice. In doing that, I am what is known as an ice warrior. The real reason for it, and it's been several years in the making, and we're hoping that this February will be the time when we set out proper, is to go to part of the Arctic that nobody's ever been to. No man, woman, child or animal that we know about, maybe some polar bears, have actually been there. And I get to sleep on top of the world. How's that for a good night Christmas? And I think that's me.